Welcome, Lucas. It's just me and Lucas today. Gonna be pretty chill podcast. Not a crazy amount of energy. Probably chill. So Lucas seems like he's pretty boring tonight.
Boring. Not boring, bro. I had a long day today.
Back when I was in Boca last week, Lucas and I went on a walk, and I just texted him. It was like 7 or 8 p.m. I texted him to go on a walk at Meisner. 7. And we walked around, and believe it or not, we actually burned 200 calories, which is crazy. And the cool thing about this was like we sat down on a bench, and I put my phone on airplane mode, put it next to me, and I just realized that when you turn your phone off and just realize and try to understand everything that's going on around you, it's crazy. Like you hear music, you see happy families, and I just feel like it's so important for people to just put their phone down and just look at where they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I've been coming to that realization as well. I was gonna be. This is gonna sound very weird, but like I saw a video with like Jake Paul in it with this YouTuber that I watch. He's like Day in the Life with Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And Jake Paul says he wakes up every morning, like, and he spends like 15 to 30 minutes in the sun, and like his feet on the grass, like it is circadian rhythm.
Grounding.
Yeah, grounding. And I tried that one day. I'm like, wow, this is so nice. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, you guys should try grounding. It sounds very gay, but
the best thing is if you live by
so
you live
nice.
by an ocean, you go in the ocean in the morning, get the morning sunlight, and you're in the natural water, and you're grounding as well, which is really cool. I did that for a little bit, and I felt amazing after, so that was really cool.
No, but I think a lot of people do take for granted, like, what we have around us, the natural surroundings. Like, everyone's just always locked in on their phone every day. People are just on it 24/7. Like, when we went to Meisner, there were people walking around, but a bunch of people were just, like, on their phones, especially, like, the younger generation. They're just, like, on the phone, scrolling through it, walking around. But it is crazy, like, how you just stop. When we sit on that bench, and you stop and you just look around and take everything in.
What do you think is one trait that separates successful people from unsuccessful people?
Repetition or self-confidence. Yeah, being confident in yourself.
How so?
Actually, you know what's crazy? I was watching a TED Talk this morning about self-confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that I say that's like a character, is characteristic.
Yeah, characteristic.
I know, but is that something like you're born with, or is it something like you earn?
What do you mean?
Like a trait, like a character trait. Is that something you're born with, or is that something like you work to get?
A character trait?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends which character trait, I feel like.
Okay. True. Like being nice. Would you say
nice.
Like,
being nice is something
people are
that you're
generally nice, or like you have to like.
No, you're brought up with that. I feel like.
Can you work to being nice?
Of course. I feel like that there's people who aren't nice, like bullies. The common thing with bullies that everybody knows from like movies and shows is bullies have a tough past. They've been through a lot, and I feel like you're shaped by your experiences. So if you could start out by being nice as a young kid or all that stuff, but throughout your experiences, it'll shape you who you are, and it might take away. It might make you mean, but then you could have other experiences that slowly bring you back to how you used to be.
Okay. Yeah. True. Yeah, but back to answer your question, self-confidence. And the reason I choose self-confidence as the trait to like that, what's it called? That separates, what'd you say separates?
Successful people from
Successful people from unsuccessful people is because what's it called? Yeah, you gotta be confident in yourself. Not a lot of people are confident in yourself, and to get to the point to be confident in yourself is just repetition.
Mm-hmm.
Like the TED Talk I was telling you about. So this guy, he was a coach for college, and then a lot of people would say like, would come out to him and say like, my kid has like, he's really good with headers, he's good with ball control, he's fast, but the coach didn't care about that. He really cared about like like the player being able to be self confident in their self. Because if you're not self confident in your own ability, you won't be able to perform to your best because everything's a mental battle. Not like physical. Stuff's a physical battle, but it's more mental than physical. Like UFC fighters. Like think about it. If I'm in a cage and I get knocked out cold, how hard would it be to go back into the cage again? How hard would it be for you to be like, I'm still greater than all these people if you got knocked out cold?
That'd be pretty hard.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Like Leon Edwards, I think. No, did he ever get? I don't even know.
He knocked out Usman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how hard would it be for Usman to get back in the cage and be himself again?
It would be pretty hard.
Yeah, that's why successful people have to be confident in themselves and their ability. And the way to build that is just repetition.
But what does repetition have to do with that? Because you're
it builds your confidence. If I'm listen, let's say you have a goalkeeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
He every day for like a year, he would make sure he would what's it called? He would make sure he would like kick the ball to the wall and bounce it back to himself and catch it like at least 300 times a day. Okay? So him doing that over and over and over again, showing how he can like grab the ball, catch it. He'll build like a bunch of calluses, will show he's confident, right? In his ability to stop a ball. Okay. So it makes him different compared to those other goalkeepers. Let's say he goes to try out for like a league, is that he knows that he's more confident than all the other goalkeepers there because of all the hard work he put in to be able to get there.
Do you think that it has to do with confidence or just skill because he's doing it so much that he gets the skill? Because I feel like if I played basketball, I could shoot like 300 shots a day. I could have an amazing shot, but I don't know how that would change my mindset and make me confident.
Bro, you let's say you shoot 300 shots a day, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Compared to someone who doesn't shoot 300 shots a day. Think about that. Who do you think is more confident in their ability to play during a real basketball game? If you go to your sweet spot and you know you can make that shot because you practice that shot every single day, wouldn't you be more confident in yourself?
Yeah, I'd be pretty confident myself.
Exactly. It's just repetition. Like when you trained for a fight, you probably had like this combo that you'd always train, right?
No.
I don't know.
Actually, no, there was one. Yeah.
Exactly. And did you use that in the fight?
No.
Okay. But same thing, bro. It's just repetition because it's just repetition, bro. And then from repetition comes failure.
Do you believe in practice makes perfect?
Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes greatness.
This guy's trying to get a reel. I agree with you.
I don't think anyone can be perfect.
I think practice makes improvement, but not perfection.
Yes, exactly. Because when you practice so much, you're not going to be like the best, but you'll practice so much where you know you won't make that mistake again.
Mm-hmm.
That's what practice genuinely is. Until you find like that system that you know will work for you. Like no matter how many times you ever heard the saying where like you throw pasta to the wall until it sticks?
I think I've heard that once or twice.
Exactly. That's how practice is. I'm bringing out some Michael quotes out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think yeah, you need to be confident in yourself. If you're not confident in your ability, how are you going to like ever do good out there? And one way to become confident is self-affirmation. I feel like people don't talk about that. That's one way to be confident in yourself.
What does that word mean?
Self-affirmation. Basically, I'll do, for example, like this. You say, like, you start with I, like, you'd be like, I am responsible for everything that happens to me in my life. You can be like, I am.
So taking accountability for everything?
Exactly. Yeah. You can say I in this sort of way. Like, let's say I found the perfect wife. I made 2 kids to grow. I have 2 kids that became out like.
So realizing what you've done and like being proud
and
of
your
yourself.
Accomplishments. Yeah. And your body, like for you trained, you went to Muay Thai and trained. You can say, I went to Muay Thai and trained and I became a lethal fighter. You know how like that's slowly like building you up day by day.
Yeah.
Like this, I made it to college, something that most people don't do. Like it's simple stuff like that, or like, or I don't know, any other thing that you can think of that will boost your self-esteem.
So
up.
giving yourself credit.
Yeah, giving yourself credit, because sometimes people don't do that. You don't realize how much giving yourself credit actually helps. I mean, I don't do it, but yeah.
I remember one podcast I gave you a bunch of compliments and you didn't give yourself any credit.
Yeah, you give you need compliments as well, man. You know, like this. I am a model. I'm not, but he is.
No. I know what I've done and I know what I accomplished.
It's good. And doesn't that build your confidence up?
Sometimes. I mean, I feel like the biggest thing that's built my confidence through the years is this podcast. Speaking every single day. Like I had a presentation in class today and everybody in my class like brought notes and was like reading off their paper. I just said, fuck it. I wrote down stuff on the slide and I just spoke with a smile and looked at the class. Like I'm not a robot. Like I just did whatever I wanted because I'm not afraid of failing. I want everybody to smile.
And how'd you do that? By repetition. By doing the podcast over and over and over and over again.
No, you're right.
Like if you were to go back to like
watch the first episodes, horrible.
We'd be saying like,
oh my god,
like spamming the word like left and right. But now, fast forward, you could sometimes hear the word, but not all the time.
No, my first episode was really bad, I would say.
Yeah, that's what repetition does. And then, when we hop on episodes, we're more confident in our ability to talk, even if we don't really have a topic or what to focus on. We can just talk and make a topic into anything. That's how repetition builds your confidence.
What I feel like separates successful people from unsuccessful people is never giving up. If you see Donald Trump with the election, with getting shot, getting torn down, getting made up lies about him. One thing he never did was he never ever gave up. He always fought. And dude, he got shot in the ear. He had another assassination when I think he was playing golf or something. And it's just it's just crazy how someone like him just never gave up. And look where he is now. He's the president of the United States. And if you see at all the UFC events, everybody just looks up to him. And he is the definition of successful. Never giving up, having his eyes set on something and never let anything get in the way of that.
Exactly. That's good. What was it again? Motivation.
What? Oh, never giving up.
Oh, never giving up. Yeah, no, that's true. That plays a lot. Like on it, bro. Last night I was on a whole entire like core on like UFC fighters, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like sad edits.
Yeah,
it's pretty sad. But you can't give up. And the moment you give up is the moment you fail. But also in life, everything's uncertain, so you never know if you'll succeed or not. But with overtime, blah 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 blah. Fuck me. With time. You'll do it over and over again until you get it right. You see how they go hand in hand: repetition, never giving up, and self-confidence.
Yeah.
Those 3 things come in hand. Those 3 things you need to be successful. Like starting this. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know where we're going with this.
Yeah.
It's like a leap of faith you have to take. Shout out Miles Morales on that quote.
I feel like in life you can't care what people think. We say it all the time, and when I started this podcast, I got made fun of for it, and I probably still get made fun of for it. But I don't really care. I'm just gonna keep doing my thing, having fun. It's nice.
Yeah. Keep on making episodes until one blows up, you know? Keep on changing the strategy.
Would you consider yourself successful right now?
Successful.
Like, you make your own definition of it. Just what do you think?
I wouldn't consider myself successful right now. I feel like certain parts in my life I could consider myself successful in, and other parts I would say I need more room for improvement. Because I feel like everyone, or just in my opinion, I think everyone always has room for improvement. You know?
But does that mean you're not successful?
That does not mean you're not successful. That means like you can keep on working towards those goals. I don't think anyone should. I think everyone's successful in their own way. But I don't think you should like have a goal that you're not always working for. Because once you stop working for that goal, or not stop, like once you reach that goal, what else are you looking forward to?
Yeah, you always need purpose in life. You always need to be chasing something.
Chasing, yes, but I feel like when it comes to finding purpose, you don't find purpose. The purpose is like, oh, what did that guy say? I forgot how it went, to be honest. Some UFC fighter. I was like on a straight core last night, bro. It's insane. Yeah. I'd show you my YouTube watching history. Bro, I put like 2 to 3 hours just watching sad UFC.
Holy
edits.
Shit.
Yeah, bro. I took like a you know when you take a midday
Who was
nap?
the fighter that said it?
Probably Tony Ferguson.
Oh, that guy.
You know, bro, yeah, his story.
He's never given up. He's lost like 7 fights in a row.
Dude, I know. Think about that, bro. Like the mental battle he has to go through every day. And then when Michael Chandler first knocked him out, he's never been able to get knocked down. Michael Chandler did it. So the quote the guy said was, hold up. It's stop trying to find yourself and start to define yourself.
That's good.
That's a crazy quote. Put that in your
What does that mean to you though?
Stop trying to find yourself and define
what does
yourself.
that quote mean to you though?
What it means?
Yeah.
Basically,
what does it mean to you?
To me, I feel like I know what I want to do. I feel like it's within me, and I just have to apply that to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't look for external factors to like, because what usually happens is, I don't know if you like go on like you go on your phone, right? And you go on Instagram and you be seeing like these young kids making this much money, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, I want that, right? But I'm not that person.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I'm me. So I have to look within myself to find, my purpose. So I have to do things I like and build from there. What about you?
That quote to me means that...
That's a nice quote.
It's a really good quote. It means that you have to basically start from scratch with yourself and define who you are and not try to find the external factors to help you find yourself. I feel like that's what that means. It's basically what you said. Because I have a friend, I'm not going to name any names, but he was going through a rough time, and I spoke to him, and like all of a sudden he's super duper happy, and I'm like, what? And it turns out like he had someone come in his life and fill that void, that void of pain that he had. And it's just, I don't know, it bothered me a little bit because I'm like, come on, bro, like you have to use those times to sit in that feeling. Because here's a quote that I actually texted it to you last night. Here.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Bro, you texted me. We burned 200 calories off.
No, I texted in the group chat. So this quote says, "To heal, you must feel."
Mm-hmm.
I actually came up with that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I saw like a different thing and I just came up with that. But that quote means to me that you have to figure out what's up with yourself, and you can't bring other factors in it. You just have to feel it and improve yourself and find a goal and give yourself purpose and define who you are. Boom.
You know, no, that you're true, but you have to come to realize that what works for you is not going to work for everyone else. Even though what you're saying is probably right and it's good advice, but what I've learned from like people that I know is just like they won't listen unless it's happening to them. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like for that friend that you have, like it's his choice at the end of the day.
But it has happened to them.
Yeah, but everyone's different. You can't control everyone.
So
I'm
what?
not saying control them, but like
So in that situation, like when someone just tries to bring on all these other outside factors to fix what's going on with them, what advice would you give them?
I feel like you keep on giving them the advice you give them already, but it's up to them. You can't change that person's mind if they don't want to listen to you. The day they start listening is the day they realize that you were right all along. And they won't tell you. They'll start preaching it themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
But I don't know, it gets scary sometimes listening to your friends too much, because remember that one night, I won't really say what it was. I talked to all you guys. We were on our friend Jake's truck, and I was going through a tough time, and I was like, should I do it, guys? Like, what should I do? And then you guys gave me advice, and I did it, and I'm like, oh shit, what did I just do? And then I like regretted it right away, because like I wasn't really talking to myself. I wasn't really sitting with it. I was just looking for answers everywhere. And that's why it gets scary to listen to outside sources and everything. But I feel like if someone comes to you and asks you for advice, I feel like you just say, well, if I was in your shoes, I would do this. You don't say you should do this, you should do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one thing I've learned from you on when people ask for advice. Usually when a friend asks for advice, everyone's like, I do this, I do that. But I'll be like, what would you do?
Yeah.
You know, honestly. And then I come out with the camera. Have you seen those? Have you seen those videos?
No.
What would you do with John Stamos or something like that?
I've never seen it.
All right, that was a complete airball. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, but I'd be like, what would you do? And then they'd actually tell you what they would do in that scenario. Or a good marketing tactic that I learned is when people get surveyed and they're asked personally, like, are you afraid of flying? They probably feel uncomfortable answering that question. But if you ask them, how does your neighbor feel about flying? And they're going to go only off based on their experience, not their neighbor's experience. Isn't that sick?
Wait a sec. Say it one more time.
Okay, so if I'm doing a survey
Mm-hmm.
and I ask like 100 people, like kind of like a personal question, let's like it's a survey from school about drinking. Like, how often do you black out? Like, let's say, how often do you black out in like a semester, right? You wouldn't want to answer that truthfully, right?
Yeah.
But if you word it to how often do you think a college student blacks out during a semester, you're going to base it off your own experience. And that's how you get more truthful answers. You kind of see how it works.
I mean, I guess so. I wouldn't base it off my experience. I base it off what I hear. Because I've never blacked out before.
Exactly. So if you're like, you'd probably say 0 though. If you're
I wouldn't say 0 because I know college students.
Okay, but like you're a rare case study. Okay.
No, I would say I would say in that situation I'd say who you surround yourself around. That's the answer you'll give.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
because I surround myself around college students and I hear them talking like, yo, we're going to go party at this club this weekend. I hear them talking about like the clubs they're going to and stuff. And that's what I would base my answer off of. But if I was homeschooled and wasn't around that, I'd be like probably 0.
Yeah, that's probably you, but other people will probably base it off of like their own personal experience if you ask them differently. But it just all depends on the person. You see, at the end of the day, like
What would you say?
I'd say zero. All for the people I know, I'd probably say zero. Just honestly, I mean, maybe one, but zero. All right, moving on.
All right. I feel like we hit a lot of great topics, going a little off topic, but what's the biggest take you got from the podcast?
The biggest take I got from the podcast is don't look for purpose to find yourself. I'm pretty sure that was my quote. I probably messed it up. But yeah, also just be confident in yourself and repetition, and don't stop. You know, keep on chasing. Chase those dreams, because dreams do come true.
I love it. I would say my biggest take from this podcast would be get off your phone first thing. That's the first thing we talked about. And just look around you and like, what's going on? What do you hear? What do you see? Who are you with? Just think of those simple questions. And the other thing is never give up. Never give up. That's what's going to make you successful. Try to be Donald Trump. You could get all these setbacks. You can get shot. You can get called racist. You can have all these haters. And he came out on top. He's the president of the United States. And yeah, just that's this whole topic we really talked about is what success means to us. And just don't take advantage of life. Life is precious, and get off your phone. So thanks for listening, guys. Peace. Nice talking to you, Lucas.
Peace and love, baby. Peace and love.